Hello guys and welcome to a new video. So I'm so excited to be recording this video and hopefully I will upload it ASAP on the channel. So today I am proudly joined by my two best friends Ahmed and Abdurrahman. Say hi.
Hello, guys.
Hi.
So for this video, this is basically like a documentary or a documentation of our last campaign and a breakdown of all the results that we have got. So before we start, we just want to talk with the people like behind the scenes or behind the ads, like what was the approach for this campaign, or what did you change for this campaign that you were doing wrong before?
So there were actually a couple of things in the previous campaign that we fixed this time. One of these things is the creative itself. The format of the creative was changed. At the beginning, when we started, we used to do a lot of make sure that the creative that we created had a lot of graphics inside of it. Okay, and that was actually a very wrong thing to do. Okay, because people when it comes to seeing ads, they like to see more natural things. Okay, they don't like to see things that are not represented by real humans. Because if you think about it, if you put illustrations inside of a creative, for example, or an ad, it's not a real test by a human. Okay, so they feel like they're not sure if they will get a good results or not.
Mm,
However, if you put a more natural creative, people will have this feeling that if another person tried it out and found it good, I'm gonna do the same, and I'm going to find it good as well. Okay,
yeah.
so that's one thing we changed. Another thing we changed is that we decreased the radius that our ad show up in. Okay, at the beginning, we used to create big radiuses, for example, 50 miles or 40 miles, which wasn't optimal because people wouldn't sometimes wouldn't be able to actually drive 50 miles to just to actually get their hair removed. Okay, so what we did was we decreased a little. No, we actually decreased it a lot. Okay, it was 50 miles at the when we first started. Now we do only 5 miles because people are not going to be reluctant to go to their sessions when they're only when it's only 5 miles away. The clinic, of course. Okay,
Yeah.
that's another thing that we actually changed.
Maybe it's luck. It's purely luck about the point that you mentioned, the creative. So let me ask my friend Abdurrahman, like when you are scrolling through Facebook and you see some ads or some sponsored posts, like what do you prefer? Do you prefer photos that contains too much graphics, or do you believe that more simple photos or realistic photos will do the thing for you?
Mm. Oh, actually, when I'm scrolling on Facebook or any other social media app, I'm really gravitated towards the simple ads because I'm a type of person that like simplicity, and I'm not attracted by the ads full of graphics and full of colors.
Right. Now let's get to dig into the details. I'm very proud of the our last campaign, and it was a very successful campaign for us and for the client. It achieved a 30.5, and I will show you a 30.5 return on investment. So let's start. We got in only 12 days after running the ad, we have collected 64 leads, special leads, not like recurrent ones, which gave us a 2.65 average cost per lead, because we have spent only 170 New Zealand dollars, so that's not US dollars. I think it averages between 125 or 130 US dollars, and that's very low for a campaign to achieve those great results. We have reached special 7,416 special accounts, and of those maybe 6,000, as you can see, because there are 13,000 impressions, so maybe like some repeated accounts. And the form conversion rate was at a whopping 41.3%. So now the 64 leads, let's say the closing rate of our client is 40%. Maybe 40% only show up. So 64 leads times a 40% closing rate equal 26 people will show up to the door of the clinic. And 26, let's say an average of 5 sessions, because you won't get results of laser hair removal in only one session. You need a bunch. So an average of 5 sessions, that means a revenue of 5,000 of $5,200 when you have only really spent 170. So like that's impressive. Those are impressive numbers. So now I want Ahmed to talk to us about the results, or how did you optimize those ad sets for those great results. Like what did you do?
So before actually starting to create a campaign, we sat down, the whole team, and we decided what should be done. Okay, because that's a very important thing to do. You don't just blindly go and create a campaign. Okay, you need to sit down and think about it. Okay, and we figured out that we need to have two assets for this particular campaign. Okay, one asset demonstrates a single picture, okay, and the other one demonstrates a video, okay. And the reason we did that is because we wanted to test out whether if the video is going to do better. So yeah, we got that out of the way, and then we decided we decided the radius that we're going to put on the ad set, okay. And as I mentioned, we already made a big mistake at the beginning when we made it 50 miles. Okay, so we had to figure out a good range of a radius that not only will bring good clients, high quality clients, but it will also get a lot of clients because you make the radius very small, the audience or the targeted audience is very small as well. Okay, so we had to choose this wisely. And at last, we decided that this is going 5 miles. It is demonstrated as 8 miles here because we changed a little bit that I'm going to explain in the future. Okay, but yeah, at the time being, we actually started with 5 miles. Okay, after that, we launched the ads. As I mentioned, we had a different approach. This wanted more natural, creative. Okay, so we got a video from client's clinic. We figured out that we would put a more natural ad than the last time, which had a lot of graphics.
Yeah, and let me show you something I want to ask you about. We can see here that on May 18th, like approximately after 9 days after running the campaign, we can see that this day recorded zero new leads. Is that related to why you changed like the mile radius?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, that's why we changed the radius. Actually, because um, at the first 4 to 5 days, we weren't facing any problems. We got an average of 7 to 8 clients per day, which was fantastic. But then the day after that, the value or the number of clients has deprecated. Okay, we we got we got less clients on the 3 consecutive days after the day we got an average of 7. Okay, so there was definitely a big problem here. Okay, and it was and the reason I thought this was a problem is because obviously when your ad brings 7 clients in one day, and then the next day it suddenly gets only 3 or 2, there's a very, very big problem that needs to be fixed. There was a lot of solutions to that on the table, which only one of them was correct. Okay, but luckily for us, we chose the correct solution. Okay, we could have tried we could have tried the others, but it would have been a waste of money and time. Okay, so luckily for us, we chose actually the right solution for that, and the solution was to it was is to increase the radius a little bit, because if you think about it, in the 5 mile radius there is only a limited number of people, right? And my theory is, after we actually reached to all of the people, the ad ran and popped on people that popped on the screens of people that have seen the ad before. Okay, so I suspected that people are seeing the ad that we created more than once, because now that there is no more people to show the ad, Facebook is putting the ad in front of people that have seen it before. Okay, so the solution here was to increase the radius. Why? To reach to new people. Because in the 5 mile radius, you only had a specific amount of people to reach to. But when you increase it, you increase that amount. More people will see will see your ads. Okay, so the reason there was a zero there is because we had to change the radius, and this is considered as mild change for Facebook in the ad set. And what Facebook does is it processes the ad. It usually takes about a day. So yeah, this day the ad wasn't working because Facebook was analyzing it and processing it to see if it can be published or not.
Yeah. And also before we finish this video, like there was obviously like every campaign has some problems, and there were some other problems that are not related to that were related to like our follow-up system that weren't related to exactly the campaign or the creatives. One of them is we needed to call the leads faster. We had a high closure rate, but we needed to make it higher because some days that our client has have had a tight schedule, and she couldn't call the leads like often or as fast as possible as they finished submitting the form. So we need to work on that for our future campaigns. And also we need to put in mind to create a more profitable offer. Like the offer did pretty well and people showed up, but maybe we didn't profit enough from it. So we need in the future to create a more profitable offers. And also we need to increase the ad spend and make the ad run for like more days, because we only ran this successful campaign for only 12 days. So who would have known what will be the results if we have let it run for like 30 days or maybe more than 1 month.
So
So this is it, guys. If you have liked this video or if you've watched this far, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, just ask them in the comments, and I'll make sure to answer them as soon as I see them. Goodbye.